So you want to be a professional speaker. You've seen someone speak and you think, how hard could it be? I could do that and maybe I could even do it better than the person I just heard speak. I mean, if we do it right, like I always like to say, I think of Nadia Comaneci, right? If you watched her in the Olympics, which I know I'm aging myself and some of you are too young, Simone, let's say Simone, for those of you that are younger, when you look at them, doing flip after flip on a balance beam, how hard could it be? They make it look so easy. Well, it's the same thing with speaking. You see someone speak at a conference and you think, I've got a story, I can do that. But let me just tell you that being a professional speaker is a heck of a lot more than having a story. In fact, no matter whether your story is about great success, stardom, maybe even, or enormous struggle, overcoming, thinking that you have overcome more than anyone else, or that you've had greater success than most. What it is that gets you to be a professional speaker is first straining it, pouring that story into a strainer and straining out the lessons that apply to everyone's story. Because what's our favorite thing to hear about? That's right. It's ourselves. So when you're sitting and speaking in the front of the room and making it look easy, like a flip on a balance beam, that is not easy. It has to do with practice, repetition, confidence, and connection. See, what makes me a referable speaker isn't just that I have a powerful message, that I've overcome a lot, that I've achieved a lot of success. It's that when I speak, I'm not speaking at, I'm speaking with. When you speak, to learn to connect with others. There's a lot of things to know about becoming a professional speaker. And as a speaker coach, I love to help shortcut you there. Having a story isn't enough. It's a great place to start. Whether it's struggle or success, having a story is a great place to start. But what I like to say is it starts with the first decision you make. What color will you wear today? Did you know that every color tells a story before we even speak? How will you show up? A lot of times when I'm interviewing people about becoming professional speakers, I'll listen for the word I. I want this. I need this. I'm going to have this. I want to do this. I have something to say. But what happens, what makes you great, not just a good speaker, but a great speaker, is when you turn that, you shift that, and it removes the I and it's for them. I want them to have this. I want them to do this. I want them to believe this. There's so many different tips I could tell you, but I'm going to start with 4 words, kind of how I teach speaking, lots of different things. But when I speak, every time I think, I want 4 things. One, I want them to think. Then I want them to feel. Then I want them to laugh. Laughter connects it, brings that emotional. And then I want them to become. So I fall under the category of motivation or inspirational speaker. But to me, what I'm really looking for is to activate. The inviting to become is about them, not about you. You can tell them a piece of your story or the pieces that are needed to teach the lesson, but the story should be more about them and what's possible than about what you and what you've done, what you've overcome or what you've done. And so when we invite them to become, we activate them. I always think every time I get done speaking, I want people to have a minimum of 1 thing and up to a maximum of 3 things that they can actually implement the moment they walk out of the room, whether it's more confidence, better communication, better self-care, more awareness of their mental and emotional health. Whatever it is, think about what's in it for them, not just what's in it for you. I speak on a number of topics, and what I love to do is invite you to shift your perspective on how you think. I'm excited about my 12th book. I was kind of writing it in the middle of the night last night, and it's all about shifting perspective, right? Like what we look for is what we find, what we focus on is what expands. But more than that, do we look at what we don't have or what we actually have? It's a beautiful Friday. The sun is shining. I am in the middle of Florida for a couple more weeks before I move back to the beach. And I just wanted to come to you and say, if you want to be a professional speaker, hire an excellent coach who understands and has gone to where you want to get to. Don't just hire someone that can tell you they can do it. Make sure they've done it themselves so they can help shortcut you on your journey to sharing your story with strategy and systems so that it can impact other people's lives and make it about the other people, not so much about you. Have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for tuning in.